Zach Maslany now making his way to the stage. Maslany in the black and white. Expect fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem.
Veritable dream team of killers.
Him and JM
Yes, sir.
holding down the fort at 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Great technique. He's
He's a beast. He's a savage.
excellent coaches, I have to say. Great guys, JM and Zach.
That's a beautiful.
Great guys, JM and Zach.
Veritable dream team of killers.
He's a beast. He's a savage.
Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem. It's 10th Planet Bethlehem. It's a bit.
Great technique. He's
It's 10th Planet Bethlehem. You need some corporate gangsters, just can't have a bunch of street dudes. Never gang bang, but I can call them if I need to. My homies was crippin' so hard, all they eat is seafood. Had a manager named Bello, he used to teach me kung fu. It was ironic cause I had to call him seafood. Boy, I'm dope, you should put the lighter on the teaspoon. All I know is drug lords, kingpin, street cats. Funny, I'm all of them niggas rehab. Fuck around and relapse. When I hit this beat slap, just a rock and roll alone, I was serving like 3 traps. I was deep in the game, I'm talking to my kneecaps. The cutie was
Yes.
around. I just served a nigga 3 laps. I'd be nervous.
What up? Zach's Corner Podcast, episode 15 is live. Well, I'm actually not live, but I'm on. What up? Number 15, lucky number 15. Excited to be doing another podcast. So a lot of things have happened. Got episode 14 out. Some big life events. Just, new year jumping in. I think this is number 15. Better be number 15. I always mess this up. So I want to work to get better at that. But 2019, like I said, 2018 was a huge year. But 2019, I believe, is going to be an even bigger year. I'm very excited for it. Just a lot of stuff going down, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope everything is going good for you. Hope you had a good year last year. And you already hit the ground running in 2019. It's crazy that it's 2019, man. Like, if you think back to when you were a kid and you think about, like, man, one day it's going to be the year 2020. That's wild. That sounds like some Space Odyssey stuff. That was the year 2001, but still crazy. So what's going on new? We got the tournaments coming up. We got a lot of stuff coming up. How about this? Before we even go any farther, I know I've been probably chewing people's ear off at the school about it, but how about this R. Kelly Lifetime movie? Insane. I don't know if any of you guys are watching it, so I don't want to give too much away because it's like one of those things, just like Making a Murder. It just sucks you in. It just you watch the first episode and just that's it, you're in. So I'm only 3 in right now, but R. Kelly was insane, and I feel like when I was a kid, going back on it, like it's wild to hear some of the stuff that he was actually getting away with. And people are letting him get away with it. That's what I don't understand. Back then, why didn't they do anything about it? Like, why didn't Rockefeller or Jay-Z? I'm sure there's an explanation for it. Maybe not. Maybe people are just looking the other way, kind of like how, a lot of scandals and crazy stuff has happened in the past few years. People just completely looking the other way and just letting shit happen. If you start, I got to see how it plays out. Like, I mean, I know how it plays out, but I don't. So I want to see the whole story. And, what they're saying. I mean, I know there's 2 sides to every story, but R. Kelly did marry, here's some information for you. R. Kelly did marry Aaliyah when she was 15, I believe. And she said she was 18, but she was actually 15, which is really, it's just disturbing. Like, and the whole time, R. Kelly was putting out all these hits, like, I am a mountain, I am an eagle, I am the greatest. That song? Actually, I was way off on that one. I don't have that good of a voice, guys. I'm not going to lie, but you know what I'm talking about. The greatest. If anyone asks you who I am, just stand up tall, look them in the face and say, I'm that mountain way up high. I know I made it. I'm the world's greatest. He's making that. He also wrote songs for Michael Jackson. While he was really taking advantage of young teenage girls, which is completely disgusting. I can't believe, when I liked R. Kelly, like I wasn't like an R. Kelly fan. Like you wouldn't hear me driving down the road being like, it's the remix edition of a song. Like you wouldn't hear that because but the songs were cool. And then Dave Chappelle, if you guys remember when I was younger, like years ago, Dave Chappelle on the Chappelle Show, he made made a bunch of songs, skits about R. Kelly actually peeing on women and the whole nine. And even R. Kelly, I remember Chappelle telling a joke about how R. Kelly came up to him, was like, "How you gonna make a song about peeing on people?" And he was like, "How you gonna make a song about peeing on people?" And it was like it was a funny exchange, but when you think about it, it's really not that funny. I mean, he was doing disgusting stuff. And like I said, people just let him get away with it. Like, I don't understand how he didn't go to jail back then. Like I said, I got to watch the rest of the thing. I don't want to give it away, but it's on demand. I bought it. It was like $12 or something like that, or $9.99. I don't even care. I love these, like, I guess they're Lifetime movie type deals. I like all the crime dramas. I talked about that before. I like anything that's like 1, 2, 3 seasons, because that usually caps it off. And, Making a Murderer was awesome. I watched the one on Peterson where, like I said before, maybe it was an owl that actually did it. Staircase, that was on Netflix. So there's a lot of good stuff out there to watch if you're into this kind of stuff. I'm really anxious to hear, the rest of the R. Kelly show because, he was making, remember that one song he made with Jay-Z? "I'm not guilty." He was just straight up yelling, "not guilty." But I didn't see back then, like, I knew he did some weird stuff, but I thought that, like, I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. I thought that, I just thought R. Kelly was a weirdo and a freak, but like I didn't think he was like actually doing that stuff. Like I don't know. See, that's just what the media wants you to believe, but they just let him get away with it. Like all that stuff happened. Like, man, I guess it's just fame and fortune, and you're allowed to just do things that other people aren't allowed to do. I mean, look at all the allegations against like the Clintons, and if you don't know, here's some conspiracy talk. But look at all the allegations about the Clintons and stuff that they were getting into, and the Pedo Gate or whatever it's called, and that ping pong pizza or whatever the hell. Like, I don't know all the stuff. Like, I can't explain it how Alex Jones or Eddie Bravo or anybody like that could explain it. But, I mean, I've listened to a lot of things, and man, it's just weird. It's really just weird. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. Like, some things you want to believe, some things you don't want to believe. Like I said, it's just odd. It's just odd that all this stuff is happening. And it's odd that people were getting away with it, like they to have all this stuff about Bill Clinton. And dude, it's if you're really interested in conspiracies, obviously you could just search conspiracies online. That's pretty easy. There is a podcast by it's called by Sam. Is it Sam Tripoli? Eddie Bravo's on it. That's how I found out about it. But it's called the Tinfoil Hat Podcast. And they have a lot of people on. You'd be surprised how many people are into conspiracies. And some stuff isn't conspiracies. Now there's like new shit coming out. They're saying about the JFK one. And then one of the last Joe Rogan episodes, he has a guy on that's a full-time skeptic. And so like they try to just debunk things and debunk conspiracies. In his mind, the JFK thing is debunked. There was one guy made the shot. But man, you listen to all these other people and they have all these other ideas about what happened. So who knows is what I'm saying. Look into it. But this is not a conspiracy podcast. This is Zach's Corner, where we talk about all types of shit. I got, let's see, my wife, her podcast just started. She's probably going to be dropping another episode 2 very soon. It's called Coffee with Kat, and she's got a unique perspective. She's got that going. One of my buddies, Bill, that I went to high school with, I told you guys about him before. He lives out in California. One of the reasons why I got to meet Eddie Bravo in the first place. But Bill is a teacher, and he's had an interesting life too. So he's really trying to get his message across and trying to do it in a different way. And it's cool. He has a podcast. The students, make his students listen to the podcast, get some listeners. That's important. And he's really trying to bring up and better the up and coming, the kids, the next group of business owners and entrepreneurs and trying to get people to understand philosophy and all these different things and just spark conversation, get people talking about stuff. And sometimes, some things are hard to talk about, but they got to be talked about. People have to go over these things to just know where we stand and try to make things better. I really like Kat's podcast because she'll be talking a lot about, everything like cooking. Like she, obviously she's going to talk about coffee, but, conversate like a lot of, adult conversations, I guess. She's talking about how being healthy and different things to do in your life to make yourself feel better. and, her life too. Like everyone's life is different. Everyone has different perspectives. I like all these podcasts because like I get to learn, she's my wife, but I get to learn more about her. I get to learn more about Bill. I get to hear his perspective on things. And like I said, just even reading things and talking aloud, like it just gets the conversation going, and if it gets you into something else that's new and good for you, then awesome. If you're a student of mine and JM's at school and you listen to my podcast, that's cool. But if you end up listening to Cats and you learn something about yourself, and we just keep giving out tips of everything, of what we're doing too. And I know a lot of people interested in this podcast because I'm always talking about like martial arts business and not too much, but I'm like starting to touch on it. Eventually I'm going to get more into it. I'm just trying to find the groove of actually doing this whole podcast thing. Like obviously I'm still an amateur. Finishers podcast is just a bunch of friends talking, but we talk about jiu-jitsu and stuff. But that's been going. We're like at 100 some episodes now, which is really dope. We're going to be doing another one this weekend with Big J Regabluto. He's the sound of finishers. He wasn't at the last one, but he'll be at this one. Speaking of the finishers, February 23rd, 24th, we got the big tournament going down, the Open. It's getting pretty stacked up. A lot of people signing up, so excited for that. And then we have the Open, the 23rd. That's open to anybody, white belts, blue belts, purple, brown, black. You can sign up and compete, EBI rules. And, white and blue, there's no heel hooks. Everything else is legal. Last year, our guys came through. We brought our crew. There's a bunch of crews coming from all over the place. So I'm excited for that because people are getting... People want to get good at jiu-jitsu. They want to pick up wins. They want to, it's so much fun, like going out there with the team, and some guys win, some guys lose. But, it's a dope event this week, this time at Pure Mixed Martial Arts in Rockaway, New Jersey. That's the Main Brothers Academy. I've been going there on Mondays to train with a bunch of guys, black belts, a lot of them, and brown belts my weight. John Battle was at the last one. You got different crews up there, and everybody gets to train together. And I'll be rolling with Mike Main every week, and Yanni, and Kevon, who's in the finishers, and all these different guys, and it's cool because it's like different looks. Julian, he's another guy. Like I said, it's like different looks, and like people are doing different things, and it's really important. Like if you're training jiu-jitsu and you want to get really, really good, and you want to get next level, like you can't just train at your school all the time. Like you have to every now and then like get out of your comfort zone and go roll at a different school, or compete in a tournament. And even if you get your ass kicked, I mean, it's whatever, like just tap out and you'll learn something about yourself or what you need to work on. Or you could think, you might be thinking, this way about yourself. And then all of a sudden, like, you're like, man, nobody passes my guard. And then yoink, someone passes your guard. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I need to work on my guard recovery or whatever. So I just think it's important in jiu-jitsu, not just to test yourself, because it's easy to roll at the school because it's your home. Like, if I had to compete at my school, I know I would do real well because I train there every day, But if when I have to go to other schools, like the climate's change, it's like all these different things, flying out to California, doing it out there, cutting weight, going to New York and like being on the stage, like it's a lot of things to think about. So that's why I think it's important to like travel around. Maybe you do it like if you're like a white or blue belt. Maybe you wait till you get your blue belt to start going to other schools, but maybe you get your blue belt and like go out there and like take one class a month somewhere like an hour away or something like that. Or, maybe you hit like an open mat, like after you start rolling a lot, just to get the butterflies going. I still do, like, not as much, but I still get I get amped to train on a Monday morning there. Like I'm thinking about it. I'm making sure I'm going to bed early. I'm eating my vitamins and saying my prayers and stuff and get ready for Monday morning because I know it's going to be, and it's different. It's not like super hard training where we're kicking the shit out of each other. It's more like technique. And, I'm learning a lot from those guys, and I'm trying to bring it right back to the students back home. So, it's not like I don't get to go train under, Eddie all the time. I'm not there to just fly out to California at the drop of a dime. We got people here and we got the whole thing going on. So it's tough. So I got to push myself and I got to step outside the box. Like me and JM, we went to Unity and we trained, and it turned out to be like a whole gi thing. So Murillo Santana, shout out to him and all the guys over at Unity. They let me use his gi and JM uses gi, and we were doing some of the gi techniques, and I learned some shit. I learned some stuff about the omoplata and some other things that, like I said, I was able to bring right back to the students. So that was really cool. What else is going on? So just like I said, step out, outside your game and try a different school. Try a tournament every now and then. You don't have to compete all the time unless you're trying to really make a name for yourself. Then yeah, you got to compete all the time. But if not, then just to test yourself, just to see what it'd be like. Because if you get into a real fight, it's going to be uncontrolled environment. You're going to have to do all types of, it's not going to be normal. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm just rolling at the school. Like if someone's attacking you or you really have to defend yourself. So keep that in mind. Also, what else is going down? Oh, yeah, like I said, I talked about the finishers tournament. Oh, I'm doing another competition. So I just got a super fight. JM has a super fight against another John Donaher black belt, Eric Sherman versus JM Holland. We got Matty Bam Bam. He's like 9 years old and he's crushing it in wrestling right now. He's got a super fight. Been training with him for a while. Did a couple lessons with him, so I'm pumped for Bam Bam. He's taking on a kid from Nick Pace's school. And who else? Hubin's in the 205-pound tournament. And then I have a match against a guy and Alex Bertrand from GF team. So he's another black belt. So I'm excited to compete against him. So thank you for the opportunity. Got to cut a little bit of weight. Been eating pretty healthy. Been drinking my celery juice every morning. So my wife got me on that. And she's, like I said, that's another tip you could learn from Coffee with Kat. Go on and learn about the health benefits of celery juice. I mean, you could look it up, but she's been making me celery juice for a while. So I don't know if this happens to anybody, but we go to Wegmans and we go to places and they're totally out of celery. I don't know how they run out of celery. It's whatever though. We found some. So, we got 2 sponsors. Like I'm going to be giving out a couple of shout outs in the next couple of weeks. We always give shout outs for the, the finishers tournament. Like these next 2 companies I want to talk about. The first one is Set Apparel, deathsetnewyork.com. Set Apparel is pretty dope. If you go on, check it out. They sell t-shirts and it's like a lifestyle brand. And I've been going back and forth with him for a while. And he's finally up and running and he's contacting me to sponsor the event. So I'm really excited to bring him on. Me and him even talked about a couple of months ago. We talked about, or maybe it was a year or 2 ago, right? Until he got set up. So I'm always excited to see like entrepreneurs in the apparel game, like, and just out there grinding and trying to like sell stuff and make up cool ideas and come up with cool stuff. Like, because everyone thinks they have a cool idea and everyone thinks they're like, oh yeah, I could design something. Yeah, if I just thought about this, and I've thought about it a million times. But like, if you look at Set Apparel stuff, like they have really cool shit. He's the guy. If you guys ever saw that T-shirt and everything that says "Make Jiu-Jitsu Violent Again," that's them. And so he's got a lot of cool ideas and he's got some dope art too. So check that out, Set Apparel. And then also, other sponsor for the tournament is Inverted Gear. And I personally know Nelson and Hillary from Inverted Gear. Like, they train all over the place, to be honest with you. They're traveling nonstop. They just had a baby. They're both black belts. When they're around town, Hillary drops in and then Nelson comes in and rolls. And he even wrote a little article about how he was doing some more specific no-gi training, learning some rubber guard. So I really appreciate those guys. They've been sponsoring the tournament for a long time. They sponsor athletes and jiu-jitsu guys, and it's it's hard out there for a pimp. So anybody who helps, like I said, tournaments out, or and like, listen, me and Abe from Show the Art and JM, like, we don't make a murder. We're not like Kip Kolar from Naga or anything. We're not making that much money off these tournaments. We're kind of just, we do it because we love the game. We obviously want to blow the tournament up, and we want to make the competitors more popular. Like, I see how guys are doing it now, and people sing, oh, there's another tournament. Are you mad at them? No, I ain't mad at them. Like, I'm happy for them. I'm glad there's more opportunities for people to make money and guys to make, and girls, whoever's out there competing to get matches in and to get their name out there. Like, it's corny, but the more followers you have on Instagram and the more of this you have, like, the easier ways is to make money, especially if you don't want to have a real job and you want to just do jiu-jitsu. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff you got to do, but that's why we keep the tournament running. Like, the pro tournament, we have to raise funds to like make up to the 2,500, so we have enough money to pay the guys to 25. I'd like to make it more, so if there's any big time sponsors out there that want to throw us thousands, obviously that'd be awesome. But right now, I'm gonna ride with the homies who have been riding with us. Set Apparel, invertedgear.com. Check those guys out. So if you guys are looking for cool shit, jump on there. You could also check our shop out if you go to 10pbethlehem.com or finishersmma.com. Check out the shop there. We're always putting up new stuff. So yeah, I don't know, man. Things are going so fast and they're so good. Then I feel like and I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I feel like I get in a rush state sometime and I want to just get shit done. And I'm like, so I'm a beast and I'm going to stay up all night and everything. But like some things really do require patience. Like they really do. So like that would probably be the title of this week's podcast is patience. And it's just, man, you got to have patience with stuff. Like you have to have patience with people and you have to have patience with, your businesses or what you're doing, it all kind of goes together, like playing the long game, being patient, waiting for your opportunity. Like sometimes you don't get that job or you don't get that, whatever you're looking for. You just don't, it doesn't come right away. And you're like, damn, I didn't get it. Damn, I didn't get it. Every time you're like, shit, I still didn't get, like it's tough, but you just have to be patient. And, we always say, trust the process. This has been laid out there by your father's father. Like they just been putting, you know what I mean? Like they're people just putting in work and laying the groundwork and the opportunities are there. So you just have to be patient and then take the right ones, jump on stuff when they come up, make moves. But like I said, not just getting in a rut where you just constantly think you have to, be doing what's the next big thing or what's the next big Instagram post or like, how can I one up myself? I mean, sure, you want to do that and you want to stay fast paced and like Gary Vee will tell you to, F the world and just keep going. And that's all great. But certain things you really just have to cultivate them and really be patient with it. And then eventually it will work out. Like right now, I just feel like with the business, we've been so patient with it. We lived on, you guys know the whole story. And now like things are really starting to, make a turn for us. And it's been years. It's been years we've been putting in work like this and living on mats and stuff. So, things have gotten a lot easier now, living wise, like having an apartment and being married and having 2 dogs and like having a bigger school and things just keep getting easier. But I'm not going to let it, make me soft or anything like that. I'm still working insanely hard. And, we got so many things going. Like we got the finishers tournament, obviously. We work the school, obviously that takes up most of our time and that's what our main focus is on getting people good. And then also the combat jiu-jitsu, we're working on that. So that's going to be a whole nother fight league and everything. So that's going to take a lot of time. I'm focused on trying to help out, the guys who have helped us out in the beginning and like make opportunities for them. So that, weighs on you. And, my wife is working on all these things. And then Gabe pretty much, I don't want to break the news, but we, and I don't want to jinx it, but like he's definitely looking at some places in Miami and he's got some really cool opportunities down there. So like, it looks like we're going to be opening up another school, sooner than I thought. I don't know, man. It's just nuts to think about it. Like I'm really happy with everything, but I'm also fine with totally being patient for stuff. I feel like, in a fast paced world, it's just rush. And me and my wife talk about it all the time about like, people just run you over in their car and, you're at the grocery store and you're checking out and someone's right up your ass and they're trying to pay for something. And it's like, yo, guys, like chill out, and I know that's part of the problem with living so fast paced is you're coming, you're going, you're doing this. And you really do need to take the time to be patient with things and be patient with people and spend time with your family and stuff like that. Like over the Christmas holiday and over our little marriage and our dinner and stuff, like it was really cool to see my family, see my wife's family, see all my friends, like hang out with guys from the school, got to see a couple of my buddies from high school. It was just really cool. Like I have a lot of things coming up, like I'm going to be away. They got the tournament coming or the Rise Invitational, like I said, competing again. The next day is a Naga tournament, so I'm probably going to be at that because like millions of our guys and kids are going to compete. And I'm going to, then we got the finishers tournament coming up. I'm actually going to take a break one of those weekends and take my wife to the Finger Lakes and up in New York, upstate New York. So it's like a big wine area. So we're going to go up there for 2 days. Mom's going to watch the babies. And then, just doing stuff like that is money, getting that getaway. And then I come back and it's the finishers tournament. People are going to be in town. And it's, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying it's busy and it's fun. Oh, we're going to California in the beginning of February for ADCC. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm working all this stuff, but I also have a lot of things that aren't working out exactly the way I want yet. But I'm just patient with it. I'm just trying to be patient. So, I don't know, guys. I'm just feeling a lot of love right now. But today is Tuesday. I don't know when this will come out, but we got if you guys are interested in, coming by the school too, a lot of people ask me this, like, what's your policy on training and whatever. Like if you're local and, you're going to be training all the time, obviously we'll sign you up for a membership or something like that. But if you're just like, you like live farther away and you want to just pop in, take class, like you guys are always welcome to do that. Like we charge like $20 drop-in fee or whatever. But, if you're just from another 10th planet and you're visiting, obviously you can just come by and train. Just slide into the DMs. That's all you got to do to come by. And if you are local and you ever thought about like trying out something different, and you hear this, or somebody that wants to come train, like tell them like you don't have to come in and like sign up right away. Just come in and check the place out. Like just let people see. I want people to see what how you can learn martial arts. Like we've gotten a lot of people training. Like people always ask, like, is there any older guys in there? Yep, there's older guys. Women, kids. A lot of people want to train. You don't have to be all the most of the things I talk about are professional jiu-jitsu related, but there's plenty of people just train for fun. And, they just want to learn moves and, hey, it's better than nothing. And it's better than learning some bullcrap martial arts that's not going to work. So yeah, if you know anybody, just send them over, send them to it. Even if you're not in this area and you're hearing this, get people, try to convince people to come in and try a class, because most people won't even try it. But if they come in and actually try the class, a lot of times they're like, holy shit, I actually like this, And then that goes for a lot of different things, like going to the gym, going to, you might not, oh man, I don't like, but if you try it, you might actually like it, try some new stuff out. There's like a new class at the gym I want to try. I just want to try things. Like that's one thing I'm excited about too, is eventually when I have more time and I'm not running around like a maniac, I want to try a bunch of different things that I thought I'd never be able to try. And I don't know what, like some people try instruments, some people try skiing. Like I'm probably going to do that because I want to blow up my ankles or back, and I hear a lot of injuries from skiing. But I'll probably try some new stuff. Who knows what I'll get into, Maybe video games. Nah, I'm just kidding. Probably not video games. Maybe cooking. Maybe I'll have my wife teach me how to cook. Maybe I'll learn, I don't know, I might learn something. I think that's pretty cool. Like I might try to study another language or something. This is when I actually have time. Right now, I'm just, busy and trying to cement our legacy in this area. So what else? I think that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you today. So I'm going to, like I said, keep trying to pump these out. But check out our sponsors, Set Apparel. It's deathsetnewyork.com, and check out invertedgear.com. If you're bored as hell and you usually just sit at home and hang with your dogs and wife and watch Lifetime movies, then definitely check out that R. Kelly joint. That is serious, dude. R. Kelly is a crazy son of a bitch. If you haven't even watched that, if you haven't watched, some of the other ones I talk about, watch those first because they're a little bit better, but definitely go watch R. Kelly and see what he's all about. And try Black Belt CBDs. Oh, that was the last thing I want to talk about. CBDs is really getting pretty crazy, to be honest with you. Like a lot of people I see buying CBDs that normally wouldn't have bought them. Like obviously we're sponsored by Black Belt CBD. So if you go to blackbeltcbd.com and use the promo code finishers, you get a discount. It's like 25% discount. And guys were making a joke. You could pretty much go to any website and put in promo code finishers and see if it works. Jiu-jitsu related, because that's always the promo code. But yeah, like me and my wife went to a health food store, and we'll go in there and we'll just buy random things and just see what they got. And there were lots of people in there buying CBDs for themselves, CBDs for helping them sleep. They actually carry Charlotte's Web now, and I didn't know that. I actually bought some Charlotte's Web too because I wanted to get some for our dog. Merlot is getting a little bit older, so I started sneaking in some CBDs into her bowl. They have a CW Pause, it's called. That's pretty cool. So I got that, and then I got another one for us that I use at night usually because it does mellow you out a little bit, and I kind of like that feeling. Helps me go to sleep, and helps reduce inflammation. And the other stuff too, I use the Black Belt CBD on my back, and I also tried. I like to try the different ones and see what you kind of have to tinker with it and see what works best. But definitely look into it and make sure Charlotte's Web is good, Black Belt CBD is good. Make sure you're not just buying like CBDs from like a corner store where they sell like pipes and dick pills and beef jerky. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Just buy it from a reputable place. Look it up. Make sure there's nothing weird in it, additives or any shit like that. You can check out. I don't have anything from Charlotte's Web. That's just a company we use, and also like I said, Black Belt CBD. And there's other good ones out there too. there's Elixir Cures, another good like CBD related product. And I'm looking into more too. I'm also looking into getting more sponsors for the podcast and everything. So if anybody out there wants to sponsor the podcast, slide into the DMs. But as for now, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate everybody listening. I've been actually checked the stats, which Ross, the boss, usually tells me not to do. But I checked the stats. And I'm actually getting a good amount of listens from everybody. So or downloads. And so I appreciate everybody. If you want, drop a review in on your boy and just let him know that I'm throwing out quick hitters and I'm going to keep dropping that knowledge. So appreciate your time. Love you guys and boa.
Black Belt CBD has you covered for all your training needs. CBDs are all the hype right now because of their natural way to reduce inflammation and pain. Black Belt CBD has CBD protein powder, pre-workout, capsules, Zach's favorite muscle rub, and many more products. Go to blackbeltcbd.com and use promo code FINISHERS at checkout for 25% off.
Hey everybody, this is Paul Maslany, Zach's little brother. Some of you may know me, a lot of you probably don't, but that's okay too. I am Zach's podcast producer for Zach's Corner. I'm not the producer for Finishers. I produce podcasts for multiple shows. I am starting my own startup called PRM Productions. Anyone who's interested in starting their own podcast, producing a podcast, they need a podcast producer, they need someone to help them with audio for anything. I do a little bit of video production with it. We can get audio tracks and stuff up onto YouTube. Can also help out, there's one-time deals. We could do hourly rates. I have packages. They're all custom built depending on what you want and what you need. I can help with one episode. I can help sign on for a whole season. It's whatever you're looking for. Maybe you just want me to show you how to do the basics and help you launch your podcast. Then you can take over and do everything on your own. If you would like to hear any of my other work, I've produced all 3 seasons of a podcast called Leadership in Tech. The links for all of this will be in the show notes. I also produced another podcast called The Success Factor with Hernani Young. That was a short-lived podcast. He was trying to convert his book into a podcast, which isn't a bad idea, but I don't think he had the time for it. But any of you who want to make recording a podcast a priority, I could show you how to do it yourself, help you get started. I could help you run it and produce it if you want a professional quality podcast. But so you record your episode. A lot of people start off, they record 1 episode a week. Just tell me what you want done, and I will return to you your finished product. I can get it up. I can get it online. Do your show notes. I can convert it to YouTube. I can get it on multiple platforms. There's other services are available as well. This is my first promo I'm releasing. You just give me the secret passcode, finish him. Finish him. And we will finish it together at a discount with that promo code. Reference the show notes for my email address to contact me for an estimate, as well as for several links. Or if you want to reach out to me right away, my email is paul@salt.io. That's PAUL @SALT.io. Peace.